Hey everyone, Mark Taylor here with Darlene Hill. And as we know, ex-governor of Illinois, Rod Blagojevich, has been making headlines today. He had a 20-minute news conference today talking about how his sentence was commuted after spending some time behind bars. What you may not know is obviously Darlene Hill is from here in Ohio. She's been working here for several years, but she spent a lot of time working in Chicago, and you were there when all of this was happening.
The day that he got sentenced. We all had reporters placed, every station in town had reporters placed either at the courthouse, either in the parking lot, or at his home. I was the reporter assigned to his home. So as soon as he got there were a number of reporters and photographers. I mean, we surrounded his house to make sure he didn't come in the back way or come in through the front way. We wanted to make sure all bases were covered. When his car pulled up, Mark, I was the reporter who was standing right there at the door when he opened up that door, and there was no way of getting around me. So when I noticed that, we looked at each other, and I grabbed arms, and I had to, I mean, that's one of those cases where, I mean, this is a story that we live for, being involved in a big national story like this. So I grabbed him, stuck the mic in his face, and I kept asking questions, and he never answered one. Never answered one. And of course, we know why he was sentenced. He was trying to, of course, sell this Senate seat of then Senator Barack Obama. Obama was elected president, and then Rod Blagojevich is on tape. They had a number of tapes, hours of him talking about this Senate seat that he had, and he used the term, quote, "I got some liquid gold here, and I'm not going to just give this away." That's one of those terms. How do I remember that after almost 10 years?
Well, it's one of those stories.
But he said that, and that's what got him busted. And I remember the day he said to U.S. Attorney Fitzgerald, he stood in front of his house and said, "You know where I am. I've done nothing wrong. You want me? Come get me." They came and got him the next morning at 6 o'clock.
And of course, there's one photo that we're going to show you as well that made the New York Times, we believe, and right front and center with her microphone out, trying to get questions out of Mr. Blagojevich, is our own Darlene Hill.
That was me. I'm telling you. I mean, every station was on live. I mean, all 5, 6 stations there in Chicago were all on live. And as soon as I locked arms with him and stuck my microphone in his face, everybody was on me. So I'm like, it's showtime.
And of course,
and I kept asking him questions, and I looked at him, and he would not answer any questions. But I asked him, I said, "Do you think you owe the voters here in Illinois an apology? Did you do anything wrong?" And he stopped, as badly as he was trying to get away. He stopped, looked at the camera, and then turned away.
So you felt like he wanted to say something.
I felt like he wanted to say something, but he didn't. And after appeal, he spent 9 years in prison. And then, of course, he was commuted just yesterday. And I'm amazed at how quickly he was able to get out of federal prison and then get back to Chicago over on the north side.
And now giving, a press conference for some 20 minutes today, telling him, kind of coining a new term, calling himself a Trumpocrat.
Yes, Trumpocrat. He's saying he supports Donald Trump because remember the days that he spent on The Apprentice. They had a relationship. He, of course, is like, now I support Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, but I'm still a Democrat. So which way he's going to vote, we have no idea. You watched the press conference today. Did he change the color of his hair yet? Because it was white when he got out yesterday. And that was one thing about Blagojevich. Blago was always known for having, his hair had to be perfect, not a hair out of place. And we often wondered what he looked like behind bars. And every now and then we get a picture of him. But to see him go total white, total gray on us, that's an amazing. So did you see the news conference?
I did see it, and if you were watching it, you noticed he had a Kleenex to his face, and it was because he was using a real razor for the first time.
Wow,
and apparently
he cut
himself while he was shaving, which is an interesting dichotomy.
So was the hair gray or was it
It
brown?
was
blackish brown.
Silver?
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
How would you say
I'm
it?
amazing. I'm amazed that he hasn't colored it because he was so vain.
Maybe he's rebranding.
He is rebranding, and it's amazing that he's already come out with a line today. Trumpocratic. So.
All right. Well, thanks so much for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that story with us. And we wanted to share that story with you. We'll have more here on NBC4i.com.